Hello, pile one. It is 11:11 as I start this reading right now on how is your shadow being awakened at this point. I am very inspired by Lilith and Lilith placements. So if this resonates with you, stay and listen. But right now, for this collective in this image, right away I had the thought of baby witch, right? So you might be, or you could consider yourself in some way, shape, or form just a starter in everything that's related to the metaphysical or spiritual plane. You could be a very self-aware person when it comes to not getting yourself too carried away. You have some sort of reverence when it comes to spiritual topics, pursuits, perhaps. So I'm getting here. Bees could be very relevant for you. Someone could be afraid of bees. Also, I'm getting a connection to trees as well as movement coming forward. Those are the three main energies that I'm getting for this pile. So, in the bee, something that might have been awakened within you is regarding the way that you relate to others and you communicate and collaborate specifically with others. So right now, there could be something around recognizing your own value and how the energy that you put into spaces and connections is actually an asset, right? That you can either continue to give or retrieve at will, right? And it's almost like through recognizing this power, you're also recognizing the effect that you can have in a community, in a group space. So pretty much something that's being awakened within you is having a little bit more control over how you show up to spaces and how you show up in relation to others. So setting boundaries, being more clear in the things that you like or dislike, or standing more on business, standing on your morals could be something that's particularly specific for someone. And I'm getting here with the image of the roots. That something that could be very, very particular for this group is also you're being awakened to either more knowledge about your ancestry, your bloodline, the karmic cycles that people in your family or a specific group of people in your bloodline has gone through. So let's say if you're a woman, women in your family, or if you're a man, men in your family, or you can apply it to whoever, or you could be the first or you thought you were the first openly queer person in your family, and then you're having conversations and turns out you had an ancestor that actually came out as queer before, and now you have their story and your own story to kind of use as a shield, as a tool, right? So right now I'm seeing with this ancestral energy, kind of using the stories that you've been through and kind of reframing this idea of trauma as something that's a baggage, as something that slows you down, and kind of changing that from I can see it as a baggage, I can see it as something that slows me down, or I can see this as data that I can use to my advantage from now on. So you could be someone that already have gone through some pretty rough paths, but that doesn't let you feel sorry for yourself, and that doesn't let you apologize for about your behavior, right? So I feel that with this pile, this is a pile that's not shying away from hard work when it comes to shaving away those parts of yourself that no longer serve you. Like you're committed to the self-healing. And tied to the the first message that I had with this is that you don't give yourself enough credit for the work that you do. And like even this healing process, this is more spiritual than in nature than you're giving yourself credit. And I feel like you attribute a lot of this healing to other sources that, yeah, rightfully so, like therapy and like studying and meditation and wellness. All of these things like have a clear and like concrete impact in your well-being. But like there's also another factor that comes before all of that, and it's willpower, right? It's the desire, not only the desire, but also the drive to actually do it, right? That is not something that many people possess, at least not in the way that you are able to move it. So a lot of your shadow energy that's coming up is recognizing this force within you. You could have like major or very specific placements in Mars signs, like Mars root signs, so Aries and or Scorpio, and I'm hearing like a little bit of Capricorn as well. But there could be something about it's almost like an aggressive way of tackling the root of problems, right? Like a lot of your shadow is tied to cutting the BS, right? You might be surrounded around a lot of people, or have been surrounded a lot of people, or surrounded by a lot of people that like to like brush things under the rug. And like I feel like what has been awakened in within you, and this could have been actually through confrontation, through getting you mad, but something that has been awakened is the aggression, the self-sufficiency, the anger to being like, you know what, I would rather be alone than being surrounded by those who are not willing to put in the work like I'm putting in the work, right? Like it's almost like you're measuring, like, how come I'm here giving away all of these lessons, putting in all of this work, giving all of my spirit and energy for this to work, for this to go well, and then I'm the only one in this engine that's working, right? Like that's only going to hurt you. So you're learning to redirect your energy towards more purposeful places. And also you're learning to stand in your ground, right? Like making a choice and stay within that choice. So this is like very, very early setting. I feel like this baby witch energy is given not only because this shyness when it comes to spirituality, but also because this connection to spirituality, this connection to the shadow is starting directly connected with the setting of boundaries, with this recognizing of your own worth. The more that you do that, the more you're going to recognize the shadow that your quote unquote shadow that you've been avoiding, this version of you that you've been so shy to be, is actually your power, right? Is what people can't replicate, like the you that comes in, even if you try to hide them in a closet, like it's still going to come out. That's your superpower. And I feel like right now what's being awakened is recognizing that, yeah, sometimes we can be a little scary when we're put in very specific situations. I'm here in survival mode. Like if you poke someone enough, something's gonna happen eventually, right? And I feel like with you have been so strong in your morals, in your integrity, that you have failed to have a little bit of compassion towards yourself as to like what circumstances could have led you to break out of character that one time, or that one time that comes to mind whenever you think, oh, I can't lose my temper again, I can't let myself go. What if you let yourself go, right? Like what if, and I'm not talking about going after people, I'm not talking revenge, I'm not talking hurting others, I'm not talking anything like that. I'm talking expressing authentic thoughts. I'm talking saying no when you want to say no. I'm talking not agreeing with someone just because. Those are the things that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about going out of your way to like making someone feel bad. So use your discernment, of course, but overall, I feel like the main message with this pile is do not be so afraid to seem a type of way in the eyes of people. 11:22, when I said that, do not be so afraid, because like there's something that's happening that you're judging yourself by saying like, oh, they're gonna think of me this way or whatever. You're saying that way that they could think of you is necessarily like a bad thing. You're judging yourself, and then also you're judging others because you're assuming that that's their opinion, and you cannot make that choice for them. Then again, there are certain situations that are a little bit more specific, and you could be more informed in these presumptions. For example, if there has been a history of some sort of like toxic dynamic going on, then of course use your discernment. If you have a gut feeling, then you have a gut feeling about something that could be going wrong, right? Or something that could potentially go wrong. So if this is something that could affect your safety, then by all means take care of yourself. But if this is something that you just like, oh, you're fearing to be judged, you're fearing to be seen in a specific way, being judged is not that big of a deal. I feel like we have made that concept a little bit too much like this demonic thing that we can never do, and like we're horrible. We all judge. That's how we select who we want to be around, right? Like that's how, if nothing, like it's everything's cool and like I can't judge you for anything, then what's the meaning of anything, right? Like everything becomes cool, nothing's wrong. I can't call you out for anything, that therefore you can treat me like however you want to, and if I say anything then I'm judging you. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Beware of like being trapped in like little cycles like that with people, or people like weaponizing that type of communication, right? Like, oh, you're gaslighting me, you're hurting me. Like if you know that that's not what you're doing, is that's not where if there's not a goal of control for you over the other person, then do not take anything someone else says about you to heart, right? Like why you did things. Intention and effect are two different things. You can apologize for the way you come off. You can try to fix approaches to things, but you cannot change a core belief that you have only solely because you want to appease someone else, right? Like there has to be some sort of internal agreement to say like, yeah, I want to change my mind on this topic. I actually thought I believed in this, but now I realize that I don't, right? And those are all conversations that are like good to have, but like that will shouldn't be imposed to you. You should get there by yourself. So a lot of this new journey that you are embarking on has to do with embracing a little bit more of that alone time, embracing more, asking yourself first how you feel about things, and then checking in with others, like changing a little bit of the narrative, taking back a little bit of that control. Because I feel like your energy has been a little bit scattered lately, or like given away to other people, and now you're reclaiming back your own attention, your own energy back to yourself. So congrats on this. And I think that this is the message that I have for you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you have any ideas for other upcoming videos, also let me know. And if you don't mind, subscribe, like, and thank you very much. See you soon. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this image, then this is your message. I'm getting here. Gentleness, relaxation, sleep. I was about to say as I was shuffling that I had a very bad night of sleep. So just to take that in consideration if I'm sounding a little bit low energy. But also there's something about someone potentially having Pisces placements. I had that in a reading before this. An intuitive, like a pop-up reading that I did earlier this morning, but pretty much someone with Pisces placements in general. It doesn't have to be a Pisces sun. But someone here is learning the value of resting, of pulling back their energy, calling back their energy, and also like how much power it is actually in, like how much power exists in alone energy, alone time, my bad, and just self-reflection and self-reliance. You could have gone through a lengthy process that you have to go through pretty much by yourself. Something that you had to either start from the ground. This could be a project, a hobby, or just like a journey, even like a weight loss journey, like anything that applies to you. But you pretty much embarked in some sort of journey by yourself. And I'm saying that in either a very like either approximate future, or you already have just started to see the fruits of your labor. So let's say, for example, you're working on social media, like this is the moment where you have starting to see the follow backs, the engagement, like you're starting to see recurring people in your comment section. You're starting to see like actual supporters show up for you and tell you like, hey, I love your content and stuff like that. Like it's starting to become a little bit more real. And I don't think this is like giving like, oh, I'm conceited, I'm all that type of thing. I think right now you're just like starting to realize that this the Lulu energy that you've been having, and like how you keep certain dreams to yourself, and you have certain like convictions about how you like things are going to play out for you. Yeah, I think sorry about that. Yeah, I had a bit of an interruption, but yeah, I think you had to go through something alone, and now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. And I think part of the shadowy aspect that's been coming up is like embracing that, and embracing that that's happening, embracing success, and sort of like overcoming either like what is this called, imposter syndrome, where like you feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like you're not all there yet, or you feel like it's not time to be happy yet, or like everything could crumble down. There's something about like you could have gone through a lot of stuff where you thought things were gonna go well and then it went south. So now you could have had afterwards a lot of lingering fears around about accepting good things coming into your life, even accepting health, accepting blessings. Very, very interesting. It's also, I'm getting a Libra energy around here as well. You could also be very good about catering to others. You could be very good about celebrating others' successes. But when it comes to you, you tend to like shy away from like sharing with others. And you know, something that's going on with like, I cut what I was going to say earlier. With this Delulu energy, quote unquote Delulu energy that you could get with like from other people, I feel like other people can judge you a lot and being like, how can like, or like even internally like not believing you, and you can sense that. So that's why you feel like a type of way sometimes about sharing like good things that has been going on with you to certain people or to other people. And like if you get that gut feeling about like I don't know if I want to say this to these people, follow that, because that's like a very innate shadow aspect of yourself. Like you're very good at telling who's not happy for your success, right? Because you are very happy for other people's successes, so you know what it looks like when it's not feeling that way, right? So yeah, I think I'm not getting like a very lengthy message with this group. I'm just getting like right now, you are learning to rest in your power. The letter R could be significant as well. There could be a connection with nature in a spiritual sense that has been growing. Hearing speak to the trees, you can like talk to the tree, literally like to a tree, and tell a tree the things that has been going on with you or something that has been bothering you and you're like unable to let go, and just walk away from that and like visualize the energy of what you just said, stay in that, and you walking away. That's something that you could do and you have access to. But overall, I'm just getting like you're opening up to like seeing how much deserving you are of certain things, and that's opening up new crossroads for you. That's opening up new ventures for you to go to. So yeah, very, very, very exciting. Don't prove yourself to anybody. Don't involve yourself in any drama that's unnecessary, or like any arguments that are not needed. Carnelian could be a good stone for you, the color red, or even red candles. If you're someone that's either prone to anger or someone that is kind of afraid of their own anger, like you don't like to get upset, then allow yourself to just have a moment in which that is completely allowed, and just light a red candle and say everything that you have to say. Say it in the meanest way possible. Say it in a way that you would never hurt yourself. Say it like basically be canceled, but do that like by yourself, right? Like say the most cancelable shit you can say and just let it out. Because like I feel like this has been here like a pressure in your life of like seeming like a good person, or like seeming like you never have a bad thought, you never lose composure, you're never angry, you're never sad, and like that has to break in order to like you need to be comfortable. And like I feel like you're starting to awaken as to like you're here to make space as well. Like it's okay for you to make others people feel uncomfortable for a bit, to make space for you, right? Like you're not here to only you're not here to like pander to other people. You're also here to make space. So yeah, I think that was my message for you, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please like, please comment, subscribe. I take in considerations and recommendations and feedback for my reading. So please let me know if you either liked or didn't like something about this. You can just drop it in the comments below. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.